It's Xavier Chaveria, the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. Today I'm going to be reading to you from the book called The Great Controversy. Ellen G. White prophesied this back in the late 1800s. What you see happening today, the conflict between God's 10 commandments, his moral law, and those that obey it and those that don't. You can get this online, or you can walk into any Seventh-day Adventist church. They should have these books for free if they have them in stock, but you can get them for free in any Seventh-day Adventist church, or you can order these online. It's called The Great Controversy, and it's called the Impending Conflict. This here's online, chapter 36, called The Impending Conflict. We're going to read a few paragraphs of what Ellen G. White wrote about the 10 Commandments, God's moral law, his law of love, about what's happening right now, right before your guys' eyes. The conflict between the laws of love and those of traditions of men. All right, let's get started. Okay, The Great Controversy, chapter 36, the impending conflict. This is online, but if you were to get the book, it'd probably be on a different page. But here we go. From the very beginning of the great controversy in heaven, it has been Satan's purpose to overthrow the law of God, the 10 Commandments. It was to accomplish this that he entered upon his rebellion against the Creator. And though he was cast out of heaven, he has continued the same warfare upon the earth to deceive men and thus lead them to transgress God's law, the 10 Commandments. Is the object which he has steadfastly pursued, whether this be accomplished by casting aside the law altogether or by rejecting one of its precepts, the fourth commandment, the 7-day Sabbath. The result will be ultimately the same. He that offends in one point manifests contempt for the whole law. His influence and example are on the side of transgression. He becomes guilty of all, James 2:10. In seeking to cast contempt upon the divine statute, Satan has perverted the doctrines of the Bible, and errors have thus become incorporated into the faith of thousands who profess to believe the Scriptures. The last great conflict between truth and error is but the final struggle of the long-standing controversy concerning the law of God, the 10 Commandments. Upon this battle we are now entering. Right now it's happening right before your eyes. The conflict between the 10 Commandments, those who obey it and those that don't. A battle between the laws of men, which is traditions, Sunday worship, Easter, Christmas, Halloween, and the precepts of Jehovah, which is the 10 Commandments. Between the religion of the Bible and the religion of fable and tradition. Fable and tradition would be Easter, Halloween, Christmas. These are all fables and traditions of men going against the commandments of God. So this is happening right before your guys' eyes right now online. The conflict between God's moral law of love, the 10 Commandments, and the traditions of men, which would be Sunday worship against the 7-day Sabbath day worship. Those who worship the true God and those who worship men, the doctrines and the commandments of men instituted by Rome. That's it for now. It's Xavier Chaveria, the repairer of the breach. I am the repairer of the breach.